Hi everyone, I'm here today with the game Abandon All Artichokes. Abandon All Artichokes is a deck-building, competitive card game for 2 to 4 players that plays in about 15 to 20 minutes. It is designed by Emma Larkins with artwork by Bonnie Payne and published by Gamewright Games. In the game, each player will attempt to get rid of their starting deck of artichokes before the other players and abandon the poor prickly vegetables. Let's take a look at how to play the game. To set up the game, you will give each player one of these reference cards. Then separate the 40 artichoke cards from the rest of the deck. Deal each player 10 artichoke cards. Each player should have a personal starting deck of 10 face-down artichokes. Return any leftover artichokes to the 10, depending on player counts. Shuffle the remaining non-artichoke cards and put them face down in the middle of the playing area to form the garden stack. Reveal the top 5 cards of the garden stack and place them side by side to form the garden row. Make sure these are easy to reach and in view of all the players. Leave space on the other side of the garden stack for the community compost pile. This is for cards that will be composted in the game and removed from play. Each player should draw 5 artichoke cards from their personal deck into their hand. Whoever most recently ate a cooked green vegetable gains the first player token and goes first. Player will then proceed to the left. On your turn, there are always 5 phases which should be carried out in order. First, replenish the garden row by revealing cards from the top of the garden stack until there are 5 cards. If there are ever 4 or more of the same card, reshuffle the entire row back into the stack and reveal 5 new cards. If for some reason the garden stack ever runs out, only the remaining garden row cards may be harvested. Second, harvest one of the face-up cards from the garden row into your hand. You may and probably should play this card at any point during your turn. Third, play any number of cards from your hand. We will talk about each type of card in a minute. To play a card, place it face up in front of you and resolve all of its actions. Once the card has been resolved, play it face up on top of your personal discard pile, next to your deck before playing your next card. You may only play a card if you're able to fulfill all of its requirements. When you compost a card, place it face up in the community compost pile next to the garden stack. All composted cards are out of play for the remainder of the game. Artichoke cards may only be played when another card instructs you to do so in some way. Continue playing cards until you're either unable to play any more cards or you choose not to play. One reason you may not be able to play any more cards is because a card instructed you not to continue to play. Fourth, discard all unplayed cards, including anything unplayable, from your hand to the top of your personal discard pile face up. Fifth, and finally, draw 5 cards from the top of your personal deck to refill your hand. In this game, it is vital to do this at the correct time. If your deck runs out before you've drawn all 5 cards, then you shuffle your discard pile to form a new deck, then finish drawing. If both your deck and discard pile run out, you may end up with fewer than 5 cards in hand. Do not shuffle your discard pile to form a new deck unless you're unable to draw a hand of 5 cards. It is only at this point that you may shuffle your discard pile. For example, if you are at the end of your turn and can only draw 3 cards, then you may shuffle the discard and draw back up. Or maybe a potato or leek has been played and the target deck is empty. Then you may shuffle your discard pile. As a reminder, the 5 parts of a turn are replenish, harvest, play, discard, and refill. The game is over when you refill your hand at the end of your turn and you have 0 artichokes. Reveal your hand and say, "Abandon all artichokes." You have successfully dealt with the bountiful bumper crop of artichokes and emerged victorious as the garden guru. This is why it is important to refill your hand at the end of your turn. You do not win if your hand has 0 artichokes in the middle of your turn or another player's turn. Let's take a look at the cards. Beets allow you and an opponent to reveal a random card and then compost them, which is to remove completely from play, if they are both artichokes. If both revealed cards aren't artichokes, then you just swap cards. Onions let you compost or remove from play an artichoke, then place the onion on another player's discard pile face up. The pepper card lets you play any card from your discard pile on top of your personal deck, allowing you to prepare for the next turn. When you play a potato, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it is an artichoke, you compost and remove it from the game. If it is any other card, you just discard the revealed card. The carrot allows you to only take 1 play action. You will compost 2 artichokes you have in hand, as well as the carrot card itself. Remember, if you can't do everything on the card, or you already took an action this turn, you can't play the carrot card. Playing an eggplant allows you to compost an artichoke card from hand, as well as the eggplant card you just played. Then all players will pass 2 cards to the left. Again, remember, it is only at step 5, the draw from your deck step, that you may win the game by having no artichokes in hand. Corn is played along with an artichoke. Then the player will take a card from the garden row and play it on top of their deck. When a player plays a leek, they will reveal the top card of an opponent's deck. Then you choose whether to put that card into your hand or on top of another player's discard pile. Peas let you reveal 2 cards from the garden stack. Choose one to put into your discard pile and one to put in any other player's discard pile. The last card is Broccoli. When you play it, compost an artichoke if and only if your hand has at least 3 artichokes when you play the Broccoli card. Abandon All Artichokes is a delightful, joy-filled game that doesn't take itself seriously while playing very well. It will feel familiar to those who have played both trick-taking games and deck builders, while offering a fresh perspective on both. Rarely does such a small game have such great appeal, but this game really is quite nice. I've enjoyed this game with adults and children. There's not a lot of strategy. Why would there be? However, it also doesn't feel like a take-that game or a game which will ruin anyone's experience together because you are all just trying to get rid of some artichokes. The game works well at 2, 3, and 4 players and doesn't get bogged down. Although it is recommended for ages 10 plus, I would say children as young as 6 or 7 with good reading skills could understand the gameplay and be able to enjoy the game. Although if they're struggling with losing a game that does involve choice, it might be better to wait as it is quick and competitive, even though it isn't cutthroat. This game isn't for those looking for anything deep, although the choices are meaningful. It also won't appeal to a crowd who wants everything about their game to be serious. I love this game. Thanks to Gamewright for my review copy. I honestly would never have checked it out because I thought it looked too simple, but there is some great gameplay here for what it is as a game. It is now one of my go-to games when we just want something quick to play with people, but I don't want to teach a lot of rules. The game teaches itself, really. The artwork is cute and the cards have a nice linen finish to them. Gamewright has made a great light game for families, friends, and gamers who need a quick filler. This game really is a special little treat. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about Abandon All Artichokes, and please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Happy gaming, and we'll catch you later.